my name is Julia. I'm going to guide you through a short warm-up sequence that I like to do every morning to warm up my body for the day. So first, take a block. If you don't have a block, you can also use a folded blanket or a pillow. I like to place the block right underneath my shoulder blades and lay down, and this opens up the chest really nice. This feels really good to me also after a day of sitting in the car or sitting on the desk. If this is too much extension for your throat, you can place another block under your head. Take your hands behind your head and feel the opening in your chest. And you can stay there as long as you like, as long as it feels good to you. And when you're done, you can take the block out, place it to the side, and then take your knees into your chest and sway from side to side a few times. And then extend the arms out to either side. Let your knees fall to the left, gaze to the right, and then you can place your left hand on your right knee to help your leg come down a little further. The twist feels really good for my spine. Also, twists are very good for detoxing the body. Stay here for a few deep breaths. And then come to center and let your knees fall to the right, gaze to the left. A few deep breaths here, on the other side. And then let your knees come back to center, roll back and forth a couple of times, and then come up to seated. Extend your neck, so let your chin fall to the chest, and then slowly and carefully let your right ear roll to the right shoulder, back to center, and then left ear to left shoulder. And we're going to do this a few times and really feel the tightness and the strains of muscles in your neck. Usually from sleeping, your neck is a little tight. Also, if you have a seated job, it's good to do that in between. And if there's a spot that feels particularly tight, you can stay there and breathe into that spot. I'm going to come back to center, lift your head, and then on the inhale, lift your left arm up, exhale, bend, inhale, extend, up, exhale, bend a little further, one more time, inhale, extend, exhale, bend, back to center, inhale, right arm up, exhale, extend to the left, inhale, extend, exhale, bend, one more time, inhale, extend, exhale, bend, back to center, and then take your feet out wider than the mat. I'm going to windshield wipe the knees to warm up the hips, get some movement into that hip joint. Usually this feels really good. And then we're going to come to table position. So knees are right under your hips, your hands right under your chest. And then we're going to walk the hands out as far as you can and let your chest melt down, let your heart melt down, your forehead comes to the floor, and walk your hands forward as far as you can. Really feel that extension underneath your armpits. Let your heart melt down. You can rest your forehead on your mat. And then walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, and come back to downward dog. Lift your hips up. This is probably your first downward dog of the day. And you can paddle your feet here. And then lift your right leg up, bend your knee, let your knee fall to the left. Open up that right hip. Gaze underneath your left armpit to your foot. And then take your knee into your chest, place your right foot in between your hands. Left leg, knee lowers down, inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink deep. Take your hands to your lower back, interlace your fingers and pull your chest forward, shoulder blades pulling together. Take your hands back to the mat, tuck your left toes, take your right foot back to meet the left downward dog, and then we're going to lift the left leg up, bend the knee, let your knee fall to the right, gaze underneath that right armpit to your foot. Open that left front side of your hip. And then take your knee into your chest. Place your foot in between your hands. Right knee comes down. Inhale, arms up. Sink deep into the hips. Interlace your fingers behind your lower back. Pull your chest forward. Take your hands back down to the ground. Tuck your toes. Left foot meets the right, downward dog. And then bend your knees, gaze forward, step your feet forward, inhale halfway up, exhale forward fold. You can keep the knees bent here. This is your first forward fold of the day. Shake your head yes and no.